Hi everybody, my name is Luis Vargas, and in this occasion I'm going to talk about dependency injection. In fact, I'm going to continue talking about dependency injection using Angular2 Dart, as you can see here. In this case, what I'm going to do is just create a browser application that uses dependency injection. In this case, it's going to be a hero list component that's going to be shown, and it's going to show the heroes, is going to get the data from the hero service. And then we are just gonna show the data into the view. So to do that, what I did in this case is copy basically the code in the previous chapter. We don't need car, and we don't need car by injector right now. We don't need any of those files, but I'm gonna leave it there because maybe in the future we could need it. It's up to you if you leave there or not. Something interesting about that, remember, is that everything that you put in the bin folder is gonna be run in the server side, and whatever you put in the web folder is gonna be run in the client side, and whatever you put in the lead folder is gonna be shared between both of them. It's gonna be shared for server and client component, client side components, or whatever you want to call it. Also, whatever you put into the folder can be also published into the pub repository, so that, for example, if I've published this application, those two files are going to be shared for everybody who has access to pub. So the first step is going to be just remember to create this. You only need to do file new, a new project, and then you need to select new project, and then you select Dart. You should need to have pre-installed the Dart plugins and the Dart VM, and after you select Dart, you click in here and generate sample content, and finally you do this Angular2 web application, and then you do next and just follow this. You add the name and then just finish. In my case, it's already created, so I don't need to add it again. So what I'm gonna do right now is just create a new folder called heroes. Okay, and inside this folder heroes, I'm gonna go to my terminal, and then I'm gonna do a cd, and then I'm just gonna go to lib and then heroes. Inside here, I'm gonna add a new component called hero list component. I could add the files manually one by one, but I don't like to do that. I prefer to use Ng2Gen. It's a small application that I create, to do the just Ng2Gen component, and finally the name of the component, that is gonna be hero list component. Once this is added, it should appear here, the two files and one folder. So this file only contains the hero list component, the class, and this other file contains the HTML code. As you can see right now, this is empty. So the hero list component right now use the template URL hero list component.html, which is this one. So my next step should be to create I'm gonna create another class, another file, another Dart file called hero.dart, and this is gonna be the hero class, and this class is just gonna contain the data, or the class for the hero, and this class it should be simple. Could be just this one, a hero with an ID which is gonna be number. This could be integer. In fact, it's up to you if you leave it as number or integer. Some people say that it's better to leave it as a number because Dart2JS converts the numbers better than the integers. I think there is a problem in JavaScript for integers, 64 bits integers. But in any case, most of the time you should use integer instead of number, but leave it like that right now. So a string unnamed with type string and is secret with type bool. Okay, so let's add another class that I'm gonna call mock heroes. Another file, mock heroes.dart, and this one is gonna contain all the heroes, or a mock list of heroes. So basically this is gonna be this. So it contains like 10 heroes, I think, from ID 11 to ID 20, and we need another class. In this case the class is gonna be hero service, a new class, new file called hero service. And this class is gonna contain our service. In general, you use dependency injection for services. It may be services and controllers, and maybe in Spring MVC, a Java dependency injection manager uses dependency injection for controllers, services, and repositories mostly. There are other applications that you can use, but it's mostly for those three. So in Angular, as you remember, let's see, hero service. So we're gonna use a hero service. We're gonna create a new hero service, and this hero service is gonna be simple. This hero service is gonna do hero service is gonna just have a get heroes. In general, I don't like to call this get heroes because it's hero service. Of course, a hero service is gonna get heroes. So most of the time, I would prefer to call it like get list or get all or get page. It is more generic, and this can be reused by other services. You maybe could create an interface that get page, get one, get by ID, get whatever, and this way you can share the same service, you can share the same interface for many services. But in this case, the author just use get heroes, sorry. And then we need to import those two values. The class hero that is in the hero Dart, and also import the heroes, the mock heroes. So this is simple. So I don't want to use those two elements because are almost complicated. I'm gonna use one a little bit shorter. So I'm gonna generate ng2 gen help. So component name, I remember it was another one. Let me see if it was ng2 gen component simple. I think it was hero list. No, let me check. Okay, so the command is not component simple, it's component inline. Sorry for that. Component inline, and it's gonna be hero list component. I think it's gonna work. Let's see. And now we have a hero list component with a small template, empty template, sorry. That's weird. Okay, never mind. Okay, so this hero list component is just gonna contain the next template. It's gonna be a simple template listing all the components. So let's add it. And let's call this hero list component, not component, just hero list, to be used for others. What else? Okay, and we also need the, as we said before, we can do these final heroes, this of heroes equal to heroes. We can do this easily. We can import this library, this class, and we can also import these other mock files. However, we don't want to do this. What we want is get this the heroes components, sorry, the hero list from our service. Okay, so instead of doing this, I'm just gonna leave it as null, and I'm gonna create a new constructor. And this constructor is just gonna have the hero list component, and in there I'm just gonna inject the hero service. So as you can see now, I need also hero service. Yeah. I need to import this class. And right now it should work. Okay, so in general we don't do just this. We prefer to have this class. I don't know if I can add enter. No. In general we prefer to have this class as a final hero service private, and then we do this dot hero service, this hero service, and we also say the type of heroes. So in this case it's gonna be hero service. So hero service is gonna be injected into hero list component, and it's gonna be passed into the constructor. Then when this is done, the hero service, we're gonna get the heroes from the hero service, and we're gonna set it into the heroes list. Finally, the view is just gonna render that hero list, and it's gonna print hero ID and hero name. Very simple. However, there is one thing that is not yet complete, and it's the wiring of the hero service. So how is gonna Angular know that this hero service should be injected from the class hero service? We could do a new one here, but we don't want to do this because that will couple our class, and maybe we will need another implementation. Maybe we will need an async implementation. Maybe we will need a different mock implementation. I don't know. So we don't want to do this, we don't want to do a new here. So where do we say that our hero list component is gonna be injected, or what class is gonna be injected? So this is done by you can do it in three places. In fact, in this case, you can do it in here by component based, and here you can say providers. And then in here you can say just providers. Oops. Happens providers is now deprecated. As properties. Why did I put properties? Providers. So providers now, and then you pass a constant list of providers. and in this case the provider is gonna be hero service, and this should work. Finally, to make it work, we need to put this list of heroes into the app component, which is this one. We need to inject, or we need to provide, maybe just provide this. So we need to say data component, I think, or directive components, no. Output list, properties, map, list bindings, module, directive. Yeah, I think it's directive. Let me check. Real component. Yes, is directive the one that I need to use? Directive. And then I just need to say that I'm gonna use the directive. In fact, not the component. I need to pass also a constant list, and the directive that I'm gonna use is gonna be hero list component. And then I just say I'll enter to import the library, and then this library is imported. So I need to also do something else into my app, and this is into the app component HTML. So in here I'm just gonna say hero list, and this should print the hero list into console. Let's test it and let's see if it works. So I'll go here, and then I'm just gonna do run index HTML. Okay, so the browser's opening a different screen, and here's the browser opening, and it says loading. Most likely something wrong happens. Let's see our console. There's no console. Let's see. Using debug instead of run, we can see the console in the ID. So there is app component. Where does it say it's Angular2 Dart? What just happens? Let me check. I'm just gonna pause the video. Okay, so of course that I have 3 errors. The first one is that this bootstrap function is not anymore into the core Dart, and I forget to add it in here. I need to import the package Angular and the platform and browser.dart. Then the bootstrap is gonna be corrected. The second error occurs into the hero list component. What happens is this: the name should be hero service with low dash, and also occurs that hero service cannot be accessed here. So what can we do? Instead of adding in here, I'm just gonna add it here. I'm just gonna say again hero service space, and also the thing that I can do, hero service equals to hero service comma, I think, yes. So this hero service refers to this hero service, and this other hero service refers to the actual hero service. We can put this in a new line to make it a little bit better. Okay, so this is the correct way of creating the hero service now. As you can leave it as at the beginning, that you don't need the final hero service here, and just leave it like hero service here, and this one like this. Let me see why it doesn't work. Oh yeah, because of the column. You can leave it like this, but of course that means that you cannot use the hero service later. I'm just gonna leave it as a comment, just for educational purposes. And it's up to you if you wanna leave it or use it or not. Later on, and maybe in other projects, we are gonna use it, but right now we don't need it. So what else do we? Okay, so now we need to run this project. Oops, it was running now. Let's see. So now we have another error. What is the error? We don't have any provider for hero service. So what happens here? So in the app component, we didn't as I said before, let's see, this is already the provider, it should be here, but what happens, let's see, the pub server doesn't say anything. It says everything is okay, so why don't we have any providers? So we should have a provider like this one. I'm not completely sure, but I think I can bet that it's because I think that I need to also add the add injectable. Let's see again. No. Okay. Okay, so app component is the one that is complaining. So that means that the injectable is not completely needed. It's gonna comment right now. So I think that we need to pass the provider from here to the app component. Let's try that, and if that doesn't work, I don't know what is the answer. Okay, we need to import this library. We need to refresh. I'm still. Here. Let me pause. Okay, so what happens is that the hero service needs the annotation add injectable, as I thought at the beginning. Okay, so this annotation tells Angular that this is gonna be a service, an injectable, so it's gonna be pre-processed by Angular before actually running the application, before actually serving the application. Is going to create a new file internally. Angular or Dart is going to create what's the name, a virtual file, and this file is going to be that contains all the list of injectables. If you don't add this annotation, it's going to throw you an error. So let's run it in this case using the debug button, and as you can see, it right now has only my first Angular app and the list of heroes, which is okay. Let's stop it and let's remove this to see if it wouldn't work. And as you can see now, this is the app and this is the error, and the error as before, no provider for hero service. Okay, and so let's stop this again. And go back to app component. We don't need the provider here right now. We can have it there. It's not an error, but we only need the provider in the hero list component, because the only component that is using the hero service is the hero list component. None other component is using the hero service. So hero service, again, if we run without the add injectable, it's gonna throw us an error, as you can see. Let's run it with the add injectable in this case, and stop and rerun. and still why? So it looks like the let me see the sample heroes component. Okay, I know what happens. That's weird. So it looks like the provider should always be in the parent component, or the component that it's gonna be in the parent. It's not it cannot be in the actual component. So in this case it should be in add component, so it should be in here to make it work. And right now it works. That's weird. I don't know exactly why, but it should be always in the top component, in the parent component. In this case, add component is the parent of hero list component. However, we could create another component called just hero component and make it the parent of hero list component. Let's do this a little bit. Let's do it. So cd to lib heroes, and in here we need to do ng2gen. In the future, ng2gen is gonna create this a little bit differently. It's gonna change, but by the moment you can use it like this: ng2gen component inline, and the name is gonna be hero component. And we're ready. So let's go to hero component and let's add the provider here, the hero service provider for library, and also add the directive that we need, const, and we need the hero list component, and we need to import it. And let's correct this and also add a hero list here. So the add component, where's that from the add component, we need to remove this. Instead of the list provider, is gonna be the hero component. Import library, Control O to optimize imports. We don't need this anymore here. And also let's go to the component HTML, and this one is only, instead of component the hero list, is just gonna contain the hero. Okay, so let's go to hero component, and instead of hero component it's gonna be just hero, and the template is gonna be this one. Okay, so basically it only contains the hero's title and the hero list. Simple. So let's run again. Let's go to debug, observe, debug, stop. It should works. Okay, my first Angular and the heroes, and then the list of components. Cool. Okay, so basically, as you can see, we inject the heroes using the providers inside the component, but also we need to annotate the hero service with the annotation injectable. In JavaScript, this is not called annotation. This is called what's the name? Decorator. And in Dart, it's called annotation. And basically, both are the same. I don't know exactly the differences, but I like more the name annotation because it begins with the add. I think it's arroba. I don't know how to say it in English. So it begins with add injectable. That's in English. Let me. So add for annotation, it's more I don't know, it's more common to me. Let me pause the video a little. So yes, I prefer the name annotation further than the name over the name decorator. Both are metadata. Metadata means data that is not important data for. It's not business data. It's mostly data, additional data for a class to be or for an object to be used. This is mostly using reflections or mostly using preprocessors or stuff like that. I don't know, it's up to you if you want to call it decorator or annotation, but I prefer annotation. Okay, so now we have a hero service, and as I told you before, the services in general are the most important use case of dependency injection, and in general they contain business logic, no business data, business logic. So in this case, the business logic is get the heroes from a mock heroes list. It could be get the heroes from a HTTP service, from the heroes from a database, get the heroes from whatever you want. So this is up to you. So right now what we can do is just create another hero service, maybe called mock hero service, and then this hero service is gonna return these heroes and use it into a test application. Let's do that into another video, because this one is gonna be long. So I hope you like this video. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to share, don't forget to make questions. Thank you.